I can't even lie. I had a good week. Being back home, partying, laughing, just being around my friends again. It reminded me how much things had changed. Not just me, but them too. Everybody had grown in their own way. Renee was out here making serious money, doing things I didn't necessarily agree with, but at the end of the day, that was her life. Marie? She might be pregnant, and you could tell it was weighing on her heavy. She didn't know what to do, but somehow, life was still moving forward for her too. As for me, I was just trying to enjoy what little time I had left, because before I knew it, it was time for Israel to leave. And I couldn't shake the feeling, like I didn't get enough time with him. Not real time, not the kind that actually mattered. I tried not to think about it too much, but it sat with me, heavy. I pulled up to his mom's house, and they were already outside packing up the car. "Hey, there's my girl," she called out. I smiled. I called her Ma now, because that's exactly how she treated me, like family. "You sad to see your baby leave so soon?" I asked. She waved it off. "Please." "He was getting on my nerves," she said. "He only been here a week and already acting like I'm supposed to cook and clean for him." I laughed. "Well, ain't that what he got you for?" We both laughed. And just like that, the mood was light again. We loaded up and headed to the airport. The whole ride there was nothing but jokes and laughter. That was Israel. Always joking, always entertaining, and honestly, he was funny. We got there early, gave him time to check in, grabbed something small to eat, and just sat together, waiting, trying to stretch out the moment just a little longer, but time didn't care. Before we knew it, it was time. We walked him to the gate, hugged him, kissed him, told him we loved him, and just like that, he was gone. As we walked back to the car, I noticed something. His mom was smiling a little too hard. "Ma, what are you smiling for?" I asked. She looked at me, almost excited. "I want you to come back to the house with me," she said. "There's someone I want you to meet." That caught my attention. "Who?" I asked. She smiled even bigger. "I've been seeing someone," she said. And the way she said it, you could tell she meant it. She started telling me about him, how he treated her, how he made her feel. Dinner dates, walks in the park, museums, movies, flowers, all the time. And not the same ones either. I couldn't help but smile. She was glowing, like really glowing. "Okay, I see you," I said, laughing. She laughed too, even started oversharing a little bit. I had to stop her real quick. All right, that's enough," I said. "But I'm happy for you." And I meant that. She deserved it. I asked her if Israel had met him yet, and that's when her tone shifted a little. He hadn't. She admitted she was nervous about it, so she kept them apart while he was in town, which made sense. But at the same time, you could tell she was hoping it would all work out. "Trust me, you'll like him," she said. "That's why I want you to meet him first." She wanted me to help ease the situation, help bridge that gap. I smiled. "I got you," I told her. And we both sat there for a second, just hoping everything would fall into place.
An hour later, I was back in D.C., and the first thing on my mind, money. I can't even lie. This lifestyle had me hooked. The way the money was coming in, fast, steady, it was hard not to get addicted to it. I made my way back to the dorms, dropped my bags, and went to find Vernon. When I walked in, he was already posted up on the couch. That's one thing I loved about being a resident assistant. I had my own setup: kitchen, living room, bedroom, bathroom. everything. And Vernon, he had a key, so he came and went as he pleased. "What's good, cousin?" I said, walking in. He looked up, relaxed as ever. "Same old, can't complain," he said. "How was your trip?" I shrugged. "You know how it go. Nothing new." I kept it light, but honestly, I was already focused on what mattered. The business. He must have picked up on it too, because before I even asked, he started talking numbers. "Money looking real good right now," he said. That got my attention. He told me they ran a show a couple days ago, and it was packed. Bigger than anything we had done before. Then he said it. 30,000. I had to pause for a second. 30? I asked. He nodded, and I already knew. He wasn't the type to exaggerate. If he said it, it was real. I couldn't help but smile. That's what I was talking about. This was working. And not just working, it was growing. I asked him when the next move was. He told me 2 weeks. Let people wait. Let the demand build. Have them talking. Telling other people. Building that buzz. I respected that. That's how you make it bigger. That's how you control it. I nodded, already thinking ahead. "I'm about to clean up and get myself together," I told him. The night was just getting started, and I already knew it wasn't about to be a quiet one. Vernon smirked, already reaching for his phone. "Say less. I got it," he said. I didn't even ask what he meant. I already knew.
We pulled up to the house, and there it was. A black Lexus coupe sitting in the driveway. The way Ma was smiling, I already knew that had to be him. Her knight in shining armor. As we walked up, I caught the smell of food before we even made it to the door. And not just anything. Something that smelled real good. She opened the door, and there he was, in the kitchen. Apron on, standing over the stove like he belonged there. "Hey, honey, something sure does smell good in here," she said. He turned, calm and easy. "I figured you'd be hungry," he said. "Thought we could stay in tonight. Dinner and a movie." I glanced at her. Yeah, she was definitely in love. She waved me over. "Come here. I want you to meet my future daughter-in-law." He stepped out of the kitchen, and I got a better look at him. Older, put together, real smooth presence. "D. This is Stone. Stone. This is D." He smiled. "Nice to meet you," he said. "I've heard some good things about you." I smiled back. "Same here." And I meant that for the moment. He offered for me to stay for dinner. And at first I tried to be polite about it, but Ma wasn't having that. "Girl, sit down," she said. And honestly, it didn't take much convincing. Before I knew it, I was at the table, eating, laughing, talking, like I'd been there before. Stone was easy to talk to. Real easy. The kind of person that made you feel comfortable without even trying. We ate, watched a movie, and just enjoyed the night. Next thing I knew, it was after midnight. Dang. "Where did the time go?" I said. "Time flies when you're having fun," he said. I laughed. I must say, I enjoyed hanging with y'all tonight. The whole night just felt easy. Too easy. Eventually, I knew it was time to go. "All right, I'm heading out," I said. Stone nodded. "It was a pleasure meeting you, D. We'll have to do this again." Then he added, "Maybe even a double date." That made me pause for a second, but I played it off. "Yeah, maybe when Israel comes back," I said. Ma walked me to the door, hugged me tight, told me to be safe. And just like that, I was back in my car, sitting there, smiling to myself, because I couldn't lie. I had a really good time, but then that feeling hit me again. Stone. That name, it stuck with me. It wasn't common, and for some reason, it felt familiar. Too familiar. I sat there for a second, trying to place it, but nothing came. It started to bother me a little, like something I was supposed to remember, but couldn't. I shook it off. Figured it would come to me eventually, but something about it just didn't sit right.
About an hour after Vernon made the call, there was a knock at the door. I opened it, and right away I knew what kind of night it was about to be. Two women stood there, confident, comfortable, like they already knew exactly why they were there. I let them in, and Vernon handled the introductions. Israel, this is Andrea and Simone. I nodded, greeting them. They looked around the place, making themselves at home real quick. I offered drinks, poured a couple of glasses, and we all sat for a minute, talking, laughing, letting the night settle in. But it didn't take long. The energy shifted fast. Andrea stood up, looked at me, and without saying much, led me toward the bedroom. And just like that, everything else faded out. The night moved quick after that, too quick. The kind of night where you don't think, you just go with it. And I won't lie, it had been a while since I let myself just enjoy something like that. No pressure, no expectations, just the moment. And she knew exactly what she was doing, confident, in control. Like she had done this before and knew how to make it count. By the time it was over, I already knew this wasn't going to be a one-time thing. When we came back out to the living room, Vernon had that same look on his face. Didn't even have to ask. We both already knew. The girls were cool, easy to talk to in a way, and before they left, numbers were exchanged, plans already halfway made. After the door closed behind them, Vernon just looked at me and laughed. Tell me that wasn't worth it. I shook my head, smiling. I can't even lie. That was all I needed to say. He started talking about how he found them, how they moved, and what made it even crazier was they weren't who you'd expect. Regular lives, regular jobs, but a completely different side to them. That part stuck with me because it made everything feel even more normal. Like this wasn't something hidden. This was just how things were. After a while, Vernon headed out, and I was left there alone, just sitting back, thinking about how easy everything felt, how good it felt. And honestly, I wanted more of it.
2 more weeks, and I'd be heading back to school. I couldn't lie. I was glad I took this trip. Being home, being around my people, it was something I didn't realize I needed. But still, I missed Israel. Even though, deep down, I couldn't shake the feeling that he was probably out there doing whatever he wanted, like always. I looked over at my mom. Ma, we never had that talk, I said. She was sitting there watching the young and the restless, locked in like she always was. Hold on, baby. Give me a few minutes, she said. I went into the kitchen, made myself something to eat, and by the time I came back, the TV was off. That's when I knew something was wrong. Dee, there's something I need to tell you, she said. I sat down. What's going on? She took a breath, and I could already tell this wasn't about to be good. The plant is shutting down in a month, she said. They're moving everything overseas. For a second, I didn't even know what to say. That job, that place, that's all she knew. I've been applying everywhere, she continued, but I haven't heard anything back. Her voice started to crack a little. And if I don't find something soon, she paused, I could lose the house. That hit me hard. This house was everything. It was the only home I had ever known, and now it was at risk. I looked at her, and for the first time, I saw it. Fear. Real fear. I didn't want to tell you, she said. You worry too much, and you've got your own life to deal with. I shook my head. Now, Ma, we're going to figure this out. I meant that, even if I didn't know how yet. I started thinking, trying to piece something together, because I wasn't making enough to fix this, not even close. And then one name came to mind. Israel. He'd been doing well lately. Real well. And I knew he cared about my mom. I'll call Israel, I said. See what he can do. We'll figure something out. She looked at me like she wanted to believe it. How much is left on the house? I asked. About $27,000, she said quietly. After that, it's mine. $27,000. That number sat heavy, but I didn't let it show. Don't worry, I told her. I got this. I smiled, and she smiled back, but I could tell she was still scared. And truth be told, so was I. Because this wasn't something small. This was everything. And I had no idea how we were going to fix it. But one thing I knew for sure, I wasn't about to let my mother lose her home. Not without a fight.